What's up guys? So today we got three very different stories, and the first one we're going to kick off with is a rant from Sonic Fox, who was basically saying that the NRS community is basically trash at their own game, and it's possible that the NRS community is the most trash at their own game. I'll let you guys hear his rant.
Listen, all 2,200 viewers of you in the chat room, like legitimately 99% of you actually suck at this game. No cap, like actually no cap. 99% of you suck at this game. So, like, I usually don't listen to your opinions. Like, no cap. But anyways, like, I am not afraid to admit that. I legitimately will go to other communities, and I'm like, other players should play our games because you guys actually fucking suck at your own game. Like, it's incredible how much this community sucks at their own game, and they don't want to lab shit. It puts me on tilt. So, because of that, I lab shit. And, like, I don't listen to other people. Which is why my lowest placing's been second place all season. But anyways,
it's very difficult to argue with Sonic Fox because his lowest placing has been second place the entire season, and he plays at the very highest level of Mortal Kombat 11. So it's difficult to go in there and tell him that his tier lists are trash or that he doesn't know what he's talking about, because at the end of the day, none of us can beat him at the game. I know everyone likes to have their opinions heard. As the saying goes, you have to put pedal to the metal and prove yourself. If you can't prove yourself and someone is out here being number one consistently and you can't be number one, then is your opinion as valid? Do you need to be heard? There's an argument that you do. You know, Sonic Fox, there's an argument to say that, you know, he is one of the greatest fighting game players of all time, and he currently just he doesn't really get beaten. Like, the only time I ever see him getting rocked is when it's against Ninja Killer. The FGC caught wind of this and a lot of people were in support of him, but Tweedy put up his own thoughts, so I'll put it up for you guys here. It's quite a read, so you can pause the video and read over it. Sonic Fox also went on to make a series of tweets. Like I said, Sonic Fox is entitled to his opinion. However, someone should probably tell him to pipe down a little bit. It is just a video game. There's no need to talk as if you are a shining knight who's come to bestow us with your knowledge, or say stuff like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, I get where he's coming from, but it just comes off a little bit too arrogant for a video game. So I just found it a bit annoying. I found it a little bit irritating, but he is right. Like, no one can really step to him on the game other than maybe Ninja Killer or Dragon or one of those guys. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comment section below about Sonic Fox's comments. I agree with him that, you know, his tier lists are going to be different, and so maybe it's because he is so much better, but at the same time, he does come off very arrogant. He doesn't come off as a very likable person sometimes, especially in this instance, but maybe he's just riled up at hearing people make excuses. Let me know what you guys think. Shifting gears a little bit, you guys have probably seen the announcement. It looks like Mortal Kombat is back at EVO because EVO's gone online, so I guess it only makes sense, and they're going to be showing off Mortal Kombat 11 at EVO. That will be the version of Mortal Kombat 11 that's being played. I'm wondering if Fujin and Shiva and Robocop are all going to be playable. I imagine they will be. I imagine there's not much of a ban that goes on characters, so EVO is allowing Mortal Kombat back at the tournament, and I guess that's because everyone's sitting at home now, so there's more time to actually do it. They're doing it over 5 weekends, so it's not just going to be 3 days, and obviously the Mortal Kombat community seems very happy about this. It is good news for the Mortal Kombat community. You know, they get another chance. The new version of the game gets a chance to be at EVO. It hasn't been, you know, snubbed for other games. The way the trailer was put together, it doesn't look like it's going to be a main game, but at least it's still there, you know, and it could turn out that Mortal Kombat ends up having the most numbers and it was a mistake. We don't know what's going to happen. Either way, it's good for Mortal Kombat. You know, I made a video about why it wasn't at EVO before. We don't entirely know. It was speculation, obviously, given things that happened in the past with EVO and working practices and numbers. I guess this is the NRS community's chance to really help Mortal Kombat become a mainstay at EVO, and so this doesn't happen again. So I'm thinking that people are going to sign up to it, and, you know, it's going to get high numbers, and Mr. Wizard and whatnot are going to reevaluate for next year, as long as this coronavirus thing is still not happening, and it will be back. Yeah guys, Mortal Kombat is back at EVO. People seem happy about it, and I guess we'll just, you know, maybe we'll end up seeing Fujin and Robocop in the grand finals, who knows. But I came across this and I thought it'd be interesting to share with you, and I want to get your opinions on it and what you guys think. Now, I know that I think it's 99% of my demographic is male, but guys, if you see this video, please pass it on to a female friend that plays fighting games or plays video games, and get her to comment in the comment section below so we can really get their take on this. Now, as you can see here, the Samurai Showdown Twitter page has put out a message saying that a number of posts made by this account has been deemed inappropriate. Why did the Sam Show account tweet that they've made offensive posts and they've taken them down? You guys probably can't see this too well, so I'll read to you what it says. It says, "We were horny on main tonight." Well, there's a new character coming out for Samurai Showdown, and her name's Iroha, as you can see here. She looks like a maid. I believe I was told that her costume is actually meant to mimic that of a bird, but you know, she's got the standard trope. She's like big boobs, big butt, scantily clad. That seemed okay at first, but if we go back to this tweet here, the official Samurai Showdown page put out a joke saying we all horny on main tonight, and they were replying to one of their customers, one of their fans, because there was an image put up where you can see Iroha's backside, and the Samurai Showdown account retweeted it. Now, without revealing the name of the person that took offense to this, a very popular Samurai Showdown or SNK influencer, I guess, tweeted this. A female SNK influencer tweeted this, saying, even though the ratio of male to female players in the Sam Show community is like 20-1, nobody has ever made me feel uncomfortable. Nobody has ever made me uncomfortable or feel like I don't belong except the official Samurai Showdown page, which is wild because I'm pretty sure their job is to do the opposite. Now, obviously, she's referring to the joke they've made, and this has obviously rubbed her the wrong way. She's not happy about it, and you know, she goes on to tweet that, you know, Samurai Showdown has issues, and the SNK team seem more concerned with sexualizing the characters or being horny over their own characters. Now, the SNK influencer goes on to say that they don't particularly like the costume on the character, and however, the main problem here is that they don't like the jokes that the Samurai Showdown page has made. They feel inappropriate. Now, bear in mind, all they said was we all horny on main tonight. Now, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, it seems a bit weird to me. Like, it seems like it's almost being blown out of proportion, simply because they retweeted an image of Iroha, I guess, doing a move, and you can see up her skirt or whatever, and then they made the joke we all horny on main tonight. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that this person is blown out of proportion? I didn't want to put their Twitter up there because I don't want people to go and harass them. The female people that watch this video, do you think that this is offensive? Like, I am sitting on the fence on this one. I don't know. Like, to me it seems a bit like a whatever situation. People are now flaming the SNK team because people are saying they caved into this person and they've taken the tweets down and apologized. And then if you go and actually look at the official Samurai Showdown page, you'll find that there is just like some sort of beef going on now. There's people saying let us be horny or you die, or to some effect. I'm sure they didn't say it like that. I think the main issue here is that gone from the girl not liking the joke to, I think, people thinking artistic freedoms are going to be attacked. For me, I feel like an artist or game developers or movie producers or whoever, they should be free to artistically express themselves however way they want, and if you don't like it, then you shouldn't be there. On the flip side, this person's saying that she's not particularly bothered with sexualizing characters and fan service. She's more bothered at the joke that the people at the SNK team made. And then other people start to chime in. You have someone here who said, nobody cares what any of you dudes think about that Iroha tweets. The fact is that I've seen at least 3 responses from women within our community that took issue with them, and that should be more than enough for us to ask for more discretion in the future. So it seems to be around the joke. It doesn't seem to be direct at the character, but if you go onto the Twitter page, you'll actually find that people feel like the game at some point, Samurai Showdown, will fall in line with like Mortal Kombat or Tomb Raider, or just these games where the women get desexualized. I think that fan service is a good thing to an extent. There's nothing wrong with drawing characters with big boobs or big bum if that's what you want to do. I feel like the line is really crossed when you draw a character that is below the age of 18 with really big boobs and a really big ass, and you sexualize them. I find that really weird. Or I find you know, when they just make out like a character likes to be touched up or whatever. I find that stuff a little bit odd, but I don't think that it's wrong to draw a character in a sexualized way. Now the argument is currently spiraling out of control. I actually don't know if it's continuing. When I was watching it being updated, it seemed to be spiraling out of control. People started getting called incels. Other people started saying that these SJWs are attacking our artistic freedom, that you can't take a joke, you can't this. Now the joke itself, me personally, I don't see it as a big deal. I really want to know what the female viewers think of this situation. People are worried that following this tweet, characters like Iroha or Mai, you guys probably know Mai from the King of Fighters, one of the things that people recognize her for is the size of her boobs, her fighting style, because you get to see a lot of her cleavage. People are worried that those kind of characters are going to become censored. This person that is tweeting this, defending the woman that said she didn't like the jokes, he went on to say, please make efforts to denounce wrongdoing if you do choose to weigh in on issues. If it isn't important to you, why talk about it at all? I don't know if he is referring to the joke that the Samurai Showdown page made, or if he is referring to characters overly sexualized, because I know that the conversation on Twitter started to take a turn, so I'm not sure what he's referencing there. Now, wrongdoing is subjective. What does he mean when he says wrongdoing? I am someone that like enjoys, for example, Dave Chappelle's comedy, and some people might consider him a wrongdoer. One of Dave Chappelle's comedy specials came out and it got 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it got a 99% average from the users. And obviously people on Rotten Tomatoes are what you would call progressives, I guess, and they thought that his comedy was very abusive and wrong towards a certain type of people. For me, I find dark humor, and I understand that things that are jokes and they shouldn't be taken out of context, and people shouldn't really have to censor their jokes. If you don't like what someone's saying, you just remove yourself from the conversation. If they're making a joke and they're not actually being malicious towards you, I don't know why you have to inject and be like, alright, this makes me uncomfortable, take it down. Of course, I said, you know, it's freedom of speech, so you can say those things, but I find it weird that people have to interject. If he's talking about wrongdoing with regards to characters, the way people draw characters and animate them is within the artistic freedom range. I don't think you should infringe on people's artistic freedoms at all. This story's been picked up by Kotaku, and you can actually go to their website and read it. They've made claims that the Samurai Showdown page or the SNK admins or developers are often very horny, and so that's why they write these things and do these things and draw the characters in that way. I'm not going to take Kotaku's word for it because it's Kotaku. This is a bit of a weird situation to me, and I kind of wanted to just know what you guys think in the comment section. And if you guys do have any female friends or female gamers, what do they think? Do they think that characters are too sexualized in Samurai Showdown games or SNK games in general? Do they think this tweet was inappropriate? Do they think that the person that got upset about it was just, you know, being a wet blanket? I kind of lean in the this is a bit ridiculous and leave the Samurai Showdown page to say what they want and cater to their fan base. I actually want to know what you guys think, so let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.